Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury, and today I want to talk about a parade that I saw when I was at Disney World, which was their nighttime parade, Starlight. Now, Disney World has not had a nighttime parade that was not during an after party in years. So this was really exciting to me. Like as a kid, I have a lot of nostalgia for the Main Street Electrical Parade. So I was looking forward to this. Nighttime parades have always been wonderful. I've always enjoyed getting to see like the Boo to You parade during Mickey's Not So Scary. And then I saw the Very Merry Christmas parade. So I've enjoyed the special parades. So I was really looking forward to this. So let's take a look at what that experience was like and let me share my thoughts about this parade. The parade started out with this magnificent float that had the blue fairy. And in the back are Pinocchio and Geppetto, although I wasn't able to get a great view of them. But the way that this float is designed and the way it twinkles and shimmers, it almost has a life of its own. It's absolutely exquisite. This next float had Asha from Wish. And this tree that she's standing on, it's so beautiful, and the way it shimmers and changes color. Oh, I love this. Next up, we have the family from Encanto. So we have Mirabel, Isabella, and in the back we have Bruno. Now, I love these characters, and in my opinion, Bruno was just, really living it up. He was really embracing his character, and I found him fantastic. La 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 la, here is Elsa. That's right, the next float was Elsa, and she was in her outfit that was themed for the second Frozen movie. But I really like this float because look at this. Look at the screens on those icicles and the way that they use them, and they put the other characters on there. I thought this was a wonderful float. Now, just before the princess float, we have a few dancers at ground level, but these are actually some of the only characters and performers at ground level this whole parade. Now, the princes and the princesses sure do know how to make a grand entrance. We have Tiana, followed by Aurora, and then on the second piece of the float, we have Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella and Prince Charming. This was a stunning float, and I really loved the use of color. As the music changed, the color of the float changed. So when Beauty and the Beast song came on, it turned gold to match Belle's dress. The next float to come by was from Coco, and then you had them playing Remember Me, and they had like the whole afterlife, just all the colors and the Day of the Dead theming. This was beautiful to look at. The color changing effects work so well, and because the Day of the Dead theming lends itself to all these colors, this was a magnificent float to include in this parade. There were a few other ground level performers. These ones had the silk fans, and they were pretending to be waves as they welcomed Moana in. And here we have Tinkerbell. She was so great and was able to interact with the crowd. I really wish there were more characters that were on ground level like she was. I did really love the Peter Pan float and the way that they captured Big Ben and made it look like flying over London. I felt like in a lot of ways this captured the story of Peter Pan. And to wrap it all up, we have the Fab Five. That's right, we have Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy and Pluto is even there too. It also looks like Snow White and Dopey hitched a ride on this float. So those were some of the highlights from this parade. And, the floats themselves were incredible. They were really tall. The lights were brilliant. Between the use of like the dimming and the brightness and making it, have like motion to it, like the shimmeriness is what I mean. They were just really, you could tell like the technology for lighting these floats has come so far, and the floats were really spectacular. One area that I felt was really lacking in this parade was characters at ground level. There were very, very few, very few. Before and after the princess float, there are a couple of ground level performers dancing, just a couple. And then before the Moana float, there are some ground level performers that have fabric fans, like the fans that like with the shimmery fabric that comes off of it that were supposed to look like waves. And Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell was the only character that I saw on ground level. Everyone else was up on a float. So I was kind of disappointed by that, because I love when the characters are at ground level and they can come over to the crowds and like wave or interact a little bit. And it feels a little more connected when they're at ground level. When every single character is up on a float and all they could do is wave at you, it's nice and it's fun and it's great that you get to see the character, but I don't feel the connection the same way that I do when the characters are at ground level and they come right up to where the audience is. That to me is like these special moments, and I did not get that from this nighttime parade because of the limited number of characters down at ground level. So if I were to make a recommendation to Disney, not that you guys are watching this, but I would love to see more characters, on ground level. I love when the characters have like all their light up outfits, and like Sleeping Beauty, you could like change it from pink to blue and have the fairies like, do the dress, battle. Like that would be great, right? And you have the lights that change color. So that's how you do it. I missed my calling. I should have been an Imagineer. I don't know. All jokes aside though, I mean, it was a fun parade. There's a lot of great characters that are represented there. You have like the Blue Fairy and Pinocchio. You have Moana. You have Frozen with Anna and Elsa, and that Frozen float was incredible. We had Encanto. We had Mirabelle and Isabella. Coco was also there. You have the princes and the princesses on their float. And of course, we wrapped it up with the Fab Five. Always love a good Mickey Mouse to close out a parade. So speaking of closing out, I guess with that, I am done for the day. I'll see you all real soon. And until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.